Hi everybody, here's Krystian from TeamworkCast.
And this is FF0X, or Alex.
So FF0X is the official name, the official spelling.
Yeah, because it's just, it's just letters and numbers and whatnot from an IPv6 address. That's all.
All right, so this is Netrunner TeamworkCast. This is the Euregio 5 tournament. And this is the finale, this is the final game.
Yeah, grand final, it's all or nothing.
Yeah. So on the right we have Jackmade from your meta, Alex.
Yes, he's a great guy, and he always plays blue and yellow, so he's very proficient at his decks. And well, he's finals.
He's a runner very close to my heart. He has exactly the same kind of preferences as I have. And on the left we have some yellow stuff going on as well. There's Elodius from Belgium. I love this playmat that he has going on here. Excuse me about that. He has this great playmat going on that is kind of like smaller than usual. And he brings it to every tournament. He's a very relaxed kind of player, although he said he was a bit nervous for this game.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy. I think I've met him once or twice before, and he's always quite chatty, always smile on his face. Cool guy.
Yeah, cool, cool jokes throughout while playing and stuff like that. So this is really fun. Of course, we all gathered around this table now because this is the grand finale, and so he will be playing NEH. He draws a card right now. When he installs a new card, creates a new server each turn, and then Jackmade is playing. Of course, the Andy starts with 9 cards.
So big question: sweeps for the last? No.
No sweeps. Yeah, that's something that you often mulligan for, and he did actually mulligan this time, I think.
Ooh, and here we go. A rebirth in probably Lila.
Into Lila, yeah, that's a safe choice. I rebirth on the starting hand. That's the best thing that you can expect these days from a.
And a pop up on R&D, so nothing there to find.
Dirty on the R&D, so now 2 cards left. I'm thinking he will probably looking for. Yep, there we go. That's the Earthrise Hotel, and of course also the bank job, so he can get back the money that he paid for Earthrise Hotel when he runs eventually, and then of course he gets a lot of card draw. Something that he taught me in this tournament: you gotta get the Earthrise Hotel out as Andy.
Yes, the draw is so important. I mean, you start with the four cards ahead, but still you need to draw more. So the hotel is really, really helpful.
Yeah, it's so easy to give up the card advantage if you don't have any card draw. You just have to click for draw, and that will make you actually eventually equalize your advantage against the corporation. With a Earthrise Hotel, you can keep up this advantage. You can keep getting more cards and keep being ahead.
Yeah, and against NEH, the bank job is brilliant too because he has so much money.
There's no way Elodius can secure all those servers, and in fact, he has a pet campaign going on here and an Alt Jackson Howard.
That's pretty much a perfect start.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Rebirth, you have Desperado, you have tons of money with a bank job, you have draw with a hotel, and he got 9. Everything's fine.
I mean, if there was security testing, that would be even better.
Yeah, but that doesn't work with bank job.
That's true. But for the upcoming turns, so there's a run on Jackson Howard. Jackson Howard being used, although there's not too many cards in the discard pile right now.
I think he ran on Archives because he got a credit.
Oh, that's true. Oh yeah, that's right, because he's a good player, unlike me.
And there's more card draw.
Yep. So this is great. So have you participated in constructing this deck, Alex?
It's hard to say. I mean, I played a very, very similar deck, and of course we're always sparring with each other. So I hope I had some influence on him. Yes.
Because I've been talking about this on Facebook, and we also been exchanging a lot of notes on current criminal builds. Very tough to do these days, but of course the rebirth kind of brought new wind into this faction.
Yes, and actually Turning Wheel did too, because the MWL hit criminal relatively hard, surprisingly. Because you think it's only the Desperado, but it's really hard because you need to import all the breakers, etc. And Turning Wheel lets you, include a little bit more because you can swap something like an R&D interface out or something.
Yeah, you can invest you get better multi-access that doesn't cost as much influence.
Elodius must be flooded. I mean, look at all he's going through the Jacksons like, and there's a sneak door.
Oh, and now if he's flooded, now we're gonna find out because there's a sneak door, so they're run on archives. So we'll count us run out.
I wonder if there's a snare on hand.
Oh, nope. But we know what kind of NEH we're talking about because that is going to be a traffic accident, which kind of gives away Elodius' game plan. He wants to kill.
So he has to be even more careful, Jackmade.
Yeah.
So money.
But so far he's... Ooh.
Okay,
he didn't score anything, so I guess he's kind of safe from being killed. He did not get the card draw from the John Masanori.
I don't think Elodius has enough money, even with Hedge, or Scorch or something.
You're right. He would have to have like a C-source, and then he would have to pay for enough for the Scorched Earth.
Yeah. And he has to trash the crash space first anyway.
Oh, that's true. A crash space. Yeah, so that's something that's very often forgotten. Like, a crash space is actually protecting you against meat damage.
Yeah, and it helps with Siphon because it makes it just so much more of a powerful economy card because you got to keep 2 more credits.
That's true. And of course, if he gets can face check stuff and still remove the tag, it's not as hurtful with a John Masanori.
Exactly.
All right, so that is going to be Dirty Laundry on archives, we have to assume. And now Jackson being used, man, those Jackson Hearts are just going away like nothing. 2 Jackson Hearts down the line already.
Which is good for Jackmade.
Absolutely.
I can stand the pressure.
On the other hand, he has to be really careful in regards of his money management, hand management, because, a snare, trash, double and then a Scorch or something could be over. And he kept the damage cards, which makes sense.
Yes. So the game plan of killing Jackmade is still on. He still hasn't given up on this, but Jackmade gets another Earthrise Hotel and, of course, also Corroder.
I wonder how many cards he has left in hand.
I'm kind of shocked that Jackmade is able to continue running on Elodius' hand, and Elodius doesn't seem to care.
And Jackson number 3. But now we know something really important.
Yes, that we know that Elodius has been at least 3 Star Championships.
Exactly.
All right, so that is just rearranging the cards here.
Yeah, the most important card up front, right? Desperado.
Yes, Desperado, way in the front. It's like, when you're beginning with Netrunner, you often think you need a console to keep running because you need a computer to hack into something.
Yeah.
So, that's what you're hacking into. What you're using to hack into some stuff. All right, Sneak Door. Yeah, why don't we Sneak Door? There is an ice in front of archives, so that I like this. There is some disco going on right now in the background. There's disco balls on the ceiling, and they're now reflecting some nice, moody lightning.
Yeah, and the Enigma obviously takes away the click because Jackmade is distracted by all the lights.
Yes. So he's distracted, he's been looking at the lights, loses a click.
And he will lose another to remove the tag. So the Enigma was really, really good.
Oh, that's a really painful face check for him. So that's why I don't like the early John Masanori's. I want to install the John Masanori only after I've seen at least 2 eyes or something. Because face checking is can stop your mojo.
Yeah, but it earned him a couple of cards already, so that's fine.
Oh, on the other hand, yes, that's true. He has a lot of card draw, though. Like, this is already his second Earthrise Hotel.
Yep.
Alright, and then he's removing and discarding. Remove the tag and discarding cards.
Yeah. So he discarded Inside Job, Carty Jones, Femme Fatale is already in the bin as well, and everything else is just the stuff he played.
I mean, Carty Jones makes sense. He probably will have enough servers to make money from secure testing. Inside Job is a painful kind of situation, because maybe there's going to be like something like a, what's the name? Data Raven, and that's always great to deal with when you have Inside Job.
Yeah, and we saw the other Sentry Breaker in his hand already, which is a Mongoose, which is not the best thing to break a data raven. Because
No.
it would be like, what, 5 credits?
It would be too much, yeah.
And
way too
another
much.
click. And
Yeah.
luckily he has the crash space, otherwise it would be 7 credits and 2 clicks. Go through 1 raven.
Indeed, Crash Base is great. So Elodius gets a lot of money with Sweetspeak and Hedge Fund, but Jackmade also gets a easy mark.
Yeah, it's I mean, even I only got convinced by Easy Mark, I think, in the last couple of months, because I thought, it's just not that great, but it can help you make your starting hand with Andy so much better.
Yeah, that's absolutely. I agree. I also, Jackmade also talking to me, and he was being like, "You gotta try the easy mark," and I was like, "Yeah, why don't you do like a career fair instead?" But a career fair is so like situational, if you to use that word. Like you cannot. Sometimes you just cannot play it because you don't have the right assets. Resources, and in fact, there is like not a lot of resources in the criminal that benefit from the career fair, which is kind of sad.
Things changed a lot though, because in this deck you can use Earthrise Hotel, you could play daily casts, Crash Space, John Masanori, Turning Wheel in the later iterations, so Crash Space does make sense.
Yes, it does.
Not Crash Space, Career Fair.
Career Fair, but I still think John Masanori, not John Masanori, Easy Mark might be a good choice here.
Oh, something happened.
Yeah, so this is core of breaking news.
Yeah, so one more, and Jackmade might have to worry a little bit about 24/7.
So that's the next danger going on here, although the Crash Space still keeping him reasonably protected. Now the Lila ability triggers because he has been reborn into Lila.
Yeah, and I mean, it's only natural for him, right? Because he just played Lila for so long.
Yeah, definitely. A very strong Lila player in the German meta.
So yeah, I wonder what's going on with Elodius' ice distribution there on the servers. I mean, if he had put an Enigma in front of the archives, which was nice.
Yeah.
But I'm fairly certain there's going to be some tagging ice somewhere. Definitely. So I guess there's going to be one of the 2 eyes in front of R&D is probably going to be a Gutenberg, and at least I think so if he wants to tag people.
Possibly.
And then probably at least 1 Raven somewhere.
Account siphon, very bold account siphon here, I would say. There's a lot of things that this ice could be, and Elodius has all the money to res it. And Jackmade cannot deal with sentries.
Yeah, but what's the worst that can happen? Okay, Archer would be pretty grim.
Yeah, also like something like Assassin?
Yeah, but in a Butcher Shop deck? I don't know. You probably just see Raven, Turnpike, and Gutenberg.
I've seen weird things. Man, I'm paranoid about assassins.
Yeah, I can see that. So he doesn't even res.
Okay, wow.
He wants to keep probably R&D a little bit more secure.
So the gamble paid off. Jackmade gets 2 tags, removes 2 tags, and of course now the Crash Base gets him all the value. And we got a Sports Hopper. Again, more scorch protection, but also an additional link.
Yeah, but it will help with both things. And thing is, the Sports Hopper is great as long as you have cards in your deck.
Yes.
After that, it gets a bit tricky. Just like I've had worse.
And also I learned the very, very hard way that it doesn't help with, again, new Wayland thing where you play 2 Scorch at the same time with 1 click, 1 card. You know that thing where you play 2 operations at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't work so well with Sports Hopper.
Yeah, Plascreed still has its uses.
Definitely.
And Crash Space.
Definitely. But yeah, Sports Hopper helping out here a little bit. I don't think he will be using this for card draw if he, unless there is a threat of being actually killed. So yeah, Elodius still thinking what to do now. Replaces the ice on the HQ. Now I'm really kind of curious what the ice on HQ was. Maybe that was the pop-up window or something?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, we did see it on top of R&D.
But
so
then,
could have been.
I guess he would have rested, right?
Well, it's the one he got bounced back on his hand, then no.
Whoa! A random breaking news just there on the board, and Jackmade got it.
Yeah, so probably Jackmade wants to check the other server as well, just to make sure that that's not another agenda.
Bouncing an ice from HQ? And now it's like, okay, we had this ice before, and so
More
why don't we
siphons.
ask Count Siphon?
Yeah, and he has 2 clicks left. Sounds good.
Elodius is thinking about this. Now we know what. That was a resistor, so this cost Jackmate just 1 credit.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he was able to break it, so Elodius just couldn't boost the trace to save some of his money.
Nope. But I guess now Jackmate is even more incentivized not to keep her on tax.
Yeah. So Elodius isn't raising the card on still on the board. So that's probably a Sansan.
You think so?
And
Ooh.
15 minutes.
Scoring 50 minutes, fast advancing this from hand. Wants to have a second agenda in hand, because now, of course, the 24/7 thing is possible, right?
Yeah, it is.
But, of course, now Jackman already has all the Scorch protection that he has in his deck is already out.
Yeah, but he has also 18 credits, so mid-season and everything else like that wouldn't work anymore, or seesaws.
Yeah, no, I mean, 24/7 has to be the way to give him tags. It's just like, the Scorch just doesn't work so well right now. And, of course, Elodius doesn't have the money. Yeah, let's legwork. Now that we know exactly what kind of ice in front of HQ, let's look at 3 cards.
Yeah, and he's safe from snare, because 1 credit is just not enough to pay for it.
I like that we see like this very typical Jackmate style where he focuses very much on HQ, and he's so successful with this approach. I love this. Would you trash this? Okay, let's get rid of this. Something that's really cool about Elodius is some of his cards are Japanese.
Yeah.
I'm so
nice.
jealous. I'm so jealous. If you're listening to this, and if you found a way to buy Japanese core sets, I will pay money for this. I want to have Japanese cards.
You have pictures, you can just draw them yourself, right?
No, it's not the same. It's not the same. Okay, there is going to be an R&D interface, so there is some additional multi-access in this deck after all. And now finally Jackman decides to take a look at R&D. There is no res. Wow.
No
There's no money. Okay.
And an Astro.
And then we get an Astro, Japanese Astro. Astro stripped programu. Pirate programu.
And run on archives.
Yeah.
So I guess Jackson's going to be used.
Yeah, so there's the final Jackson. Da-da-da.
I wonder how much Sansans Elodius is playing. My guess is 2 or something. Because if he has Astros and Sansans and Scorch and Traffic Accident and with all the MWL stuff about, I don't think he has much influence left.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, like usually that's the problem with the Scorch decks. Like there is so much that you have to invest in the meat damage stuff that you really can afford to do anything else. On the other hand, recently NBN got a huge boost of infection cards.
True. At least there's one thing that might help for in Jackmade's favor, is that he probably cannot afford a snare.
That's true. I don't think there is one in here. And if there is one, then hats off to Elodius for squeezing that in. Well, it's not like Snare is a danger right now.
Yeah, it's true.
Elodius is really struggling in this game. He is at 2 points. Jackmate is at 3. So he managed to keep Jackmate off of doing a lot more damage, but still. Oh yeah, that's, as you said, Gutenberg behind Pop Window, which is really great. Jackman gets attack, but still gets to see 2 cards. Gets a draw, forgets a draw.
It's really not that painful with a Gutenberg tag, with a crush space.
That's so great about crash stacks. That's why I was enjoying this card so much. There's so many situations where it's like, this will tax them to Kingdom Come. But actually, with crash space, remove the tax, it's fine. So you can get through Data Ravens, you can get through Gutenbergs. And then he gets to see what final click is the run on archives to the HQ. Or maybe directly.
You just run directly, I guess.
It doesn't actually matter, it's the same cost.
Oh, it's a Sensi.
Ooh, a Sensi being used. Jackmate missed that one. So that's great, that helps Elodius a lot. On the other hand, Jackmate also got a security testing. So now he has like a long-term money solution.
Yeah, that helps a lot. But I'm not sure he really needs a long-term solution, the way the game is progressing at the moment.
No, Elodius is really struggling. He really needs to find some kind of judo move to surprise Jackmade somehow, or maybe has to wait for Jackmade to make some kind of mistake.
Yeah, the sweeps is a little late now.
Yes.
And just for 3 credits, so Jackmade has 4 cards, so he's well away of the money issue of his opponent.
That's true, but Elodius really needs some kind of way into this game, and I think 3 credits are kind of like a godsend right now. He has to maybe watch out for another account siphon, because we saw 2 account siphons, but there might be still a third one in the deck.
Yeah, there's tons of card draw, so, I mean, you can see in Jackmade's deck there's maybe 15 cards left?
Yeah, he's more than half through, I think.
I think it's a lot more. I mean, look at all the cards on his playmat, then 4 cards in hand, and this card pile and deck is about the same.
Agreed. Tough spot for Elodius. And now the Astra token comes out.
Yeah.
Which is indicating where the skill testing lies.
Yeah. Oh, and another nice thing about the way Jackmade is arranging his click trackers. It's just on the little circles that you see on the Tori Hansum artwork.
Yeah, that's really nice. It's really nice. Something that he actually made me like, because he heard our commentary. We were talking about this, and so that's when he started to do this. I love it. Really nice. He's really enjoying this playmat. I think one of his favorite ones, right?
Yeah, I mean, he went, I think it was 3rd or 4th place on that national. It's awesome.
It was a pretty good game, by the way. If you want to check it out, it's still in our archives. There's a couple of games where he's playing Kent Enma in the nationals. As the true criminal that he is. Oh, now we see Elodius getting back into the money. Now Sunday has a money advantage.
Yeah, tons of money. So, siphon incoming.
Yes, definitely. There's going to be a siphon attempt. There's still no sentry breaker here. Although, what kind of sentry? Do you think Elodius has some kind of end around sentry here?
No.
I don't think so either.
He can't. Just doesn't have the influence for it.
I mean, even if that's a data raven in front of HQ, Jackmade would still have the clicks to remove all 3 tags.
Exactly, and the only end-the-run sentries NBN has, it's not really a hard end-the-run. So you can play something like... Okay, you could play Guard.
Yeah.
Which I did at the tournament, in my NEH.
In this tournament?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I never rested, because I only drew it once or so. But it was fine.
As somebody who's been playing Stealth for a long time, Guard was the bane of my existence. Such a cheap card that taxes 2 Stealth credits. Ugh. But now there is Turnpike, so whatever.
Yeah, Turnpike is a pain without Crash Space.
That's so bad.
Especially when most criminals just play Mongoose once or twice.
Yeah, Mongoose is also not like you have to like. That's why I think we're going to see a resurgence of Mimic because of Turnpike.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Oh, you think there's something more coming up?
The problem with Mimic, in my opinion, at the moment is that everyone is playing Cyberdecks, and you probably need Data Sucker to make it work properly.
Well, if there's there's a like a faction that can deal with this. I mean, it's the criminals with their fairies.
Yeah. So 1 click left. Will he dare run on HQ?
No. He just gets out the Mongoose as expected. So now we have CS solution for all 3 ice types.
Yeah, but if that's a sentry in front of R&D, he'll still take the tag from Gutenberg. But you really don't want to break it with Mongoose anyway. So
yeah, Gutenberg is one of those things that is never actually broken. Maybe a good ice to install a Chum in front.
Yeah, David works just fine.
Yeah, that's true.
More money.
More problems.
Yeah, now with all the breakers out, I'm almost certain we're going to see a siphon next.
Yeah, on the other hand, Elodius is really dangerously high on money, even if he gets hit by a Count Siphon.
He's just 3 credits ahead. That's not that much.
You're right. Wait a minute, it's more than 3 credits, isn't it?
No.
I'm bad at math.
15 to 12.
I'm bad at... Alright, that's right. Yeah, that's 3. Oh, okay, whatever. Never mind, take it back.
Yeah. I don't mind.
Alright, so there's secure testing. Yeah, so that's the thing with secure testing. Jackmade can catch up so quickly.
Yeah. One thing that could save Elodius would be something like a closed accounts and then trashing the crash space or something.
Ooh, that would be great. 24/7 closed accounts.
Yeah. Could help.
Yeah.
Not sure how much, but it could help.
But the thing is, like, Jackmade could probably bounce back so quickly. I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is, he only has the hopper for Scorch protection.
That's true. And the crash base, which can be then trashed, of course. Yes, of course. Yeah, that would be a good choice, actually, probably.
But those decks just don't have the room for closed accounts.
That's true. If you can kill them, then you don't need to take their money, technically.
Yeah, Sync, on the other side, they do
very
play
different.
1 or 2.
Very different situation, indeed. Alright, so there's a run on HQ, R&D. And that is going to be a Data Raven.
So, how many tags is he going to take?
2. He could break, but that will cost money.
Yeah, he'll probably break. Because otherwise, there will be 1 tag left. When
Okay,
he goes through completely.
I think he says to trace him.
Yeah.
And he used the additional link from the sports hopper to break the trace. It was not increased. Then pop window. And now Gutenberg. And this is now getting a bit stressful.
Yeah, he'll just take another tag. He's probably thinking about snare or... I don't know, maybe to be true or something, but I don't think it's likely.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, another breaking news, so...
Alright, so the breaking news are out of the game.
Yeah, the easy to score agenda's out. And bounced.
And removing attacks. But now he is equal with Elodius, so mid-seasons could be happening.
Yeah, but what would it do? That's a big question.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a hedge fund in your backhand to play hedge mid-season and then something, that could work. But other than that, and you still need to trash the crash space because otherwise he'll just pay off the tags.
Yeah, killing him in the same turn wouldn't be possible, obviously. But maybe he can get in enough tags for Jackmade to be really hampered by them. And let's see if Jackmade will take the tags if the mid-season actually happens. We don't really know. Elodius is thinking about this. I think this is kind of like a pivotal moment in this game. Everything is decided by this one. Oh, Elodius decides just to install things. He just wants to play defensively.
Yeah, but I don't think there's... I mean, what kind of ice can he install that really hurts?
Yeah.
I mean, a toll booth on HQ? Yeah, so what? Then he just runs with a sneak door and on R&D.
That's true. I mean, the ice on HQ is really just here as some kind of emergency thing against the Count Siphon. But at this point, of course, Jackmade has already his entire breaker suite out. So yeah. Lots of things being discarded. Elodius being very passive in this game.
I think there's a lot of agendas in his hand because he really can't do a lot.
Although Jackmade has run his hand so many times, and hasn't seen too many agendas there.
Yeah, but Jackmade has a knack for not finding agendas in HQ. That's why he has to run there that often.
That's why he's kind of like to make up for his deficiencies.
Yeah, and a sneak door. No, it's normal. Was it sneak door? No, it's sneak door.
There's a second secure testing out, so now it's like Jackmade can do, arbitrary amounts of money. Ooh, Salem's Hospitality, like it.
Yeah, unfortunately, totally useless against that Andy deck. Unless you get it quite soon and say something like Siphon or something. That works.
Like if that had destroyed a Siphon or two, that would have been great. But now it's too late. There's just one Siphon in this deck, and probably if Jackmade had it, he would have already played it.
Yeah, another good strategy is say something like Corroder and then trash a breaker like that.
Doesn't
from
really
the
fly
hand.
either, right? It's not really like that. And it's like all of these cards that are left in Jackmade are like support cards. Which
No,
doesn't...
it's not for right now, but in general, when you get it early, you can do
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
exactly. And that's why it's kind of a bit too late for this right now.
that. Yeah, right now he can just pile up the breakers he need on his hand and just run.
So there's the Sansan, getting rid of the Sansan. Running here. Secure testing.
Another pad.
Another bad
He'll
campaign.
probably leave it. He needs another target for sec testing anyway.
Yeah, Jackmade will get more money out of this bad campaign than Elodius will.
Yeah, but spending clicks.
Yeah, of course. That's
But Jackmade is so rich, I don't think a lot can happen. I mean, he's 3 credits up front.
It's kind of amazing how much in control Jackmade is of this game. There were a bit of close moments, but nothing bad happened really. Sweep, that's good.
Yeah, I think the first siphon helped a lot to stabilize his economy.
Yeah, that was a bold siphon too, like through this unrest cards. It could have been, well, I guess that was a good idea because there couldn't be too many things that it could have stopped him. But I mean, something like what was it in the card? Little Engine would have stopped him actually.
Yeah, true, it's not that expensive for Elodius, but anything that has with real stopping power is usually too expensive. Because at that point, with the money from the bank job, he was probably just out to destroy whatever was
Right,
left.
so there's a Salem's Hospitality for account siphon actually.
No, that's the third. So he named Siphon, just to
He
be
named
safe.
Siphon, actually got rid of the Siphon, so that's good. That was a good Salem's Hospitality there.
And he got some extra information, so I think he will think twice about resing any program trashing eyes because it won't have any effect. Because all the backups in his hand.
That's true.
Oh, he discarded damage cards, so there's going to be agendas in his hand.
Yeah, now he's like, the rats are leaving the ship. The plan of scorching him has been abandoned, but now the question is like, what is actually his game plan now? Oh no,
don't
there's
think
still
the-
so.
Yeah,
There's
I
still
don't
so.
think the plan is abandoned. I think he just can't discard agendas anymore. So he probably has a Scourge, maybe 2. Probably another traffic accident, maybe something to tag in an agenda, at least. Probably something even more points on his hand. And it's really hard to see from this angle.
How many cards there are? There's not too many cards left, right?
Yeah.
Really difficult to see, but yeah, it's just a handful now. This game has been going for a long time.
So R&D could be pretty rich, if not
I'm
HQ.
kind of amazed that Elodius hasn't given up more agendas. It seems like he was agenda flooded, but Jackmade hasn't found any. Or at least not substantial agendas.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm trying to lean over and try to see what he has on his hand.
Yeah, that's what's coming up next. 3D Netrunner videos, so you can like watch it from multiple angles. We do like a matrix effect every time.
Ooh.
That would be nice, right? You play a count siphon, camera spins twice around the table.
Yeah, then people will get real sick of siphons.
In a literal sense, indeed.
Ooh, and another thing that we see here is the prices, because, or some
yeah.
of them.
We haven't
see
noticed
that custom-made alternate art Wall of Static.
That's
and
a
the
really
two
beautiful card from.
custom-made alternate art Max.
Yeah. So the Max is from Run for Games, right?
I think so, and I think the Elodius and the Belgian guys brought them with them for price support.
Yeah, and I think the Wall of Static is from Netherlands, but I'm not exactly sure from whom. So I will post it here as a message when I edit this. I got my a present from the creators of this as well. It's a
Oh,
beautiful,
cool.
beautiful alt art. Love
Ooh,
it.
something's happening.
Oh, she.
Yeah, it's just desperation, I think.
So 24/7, discarding 15 minutes to do as 2 tags, then account Scorch Earth. And
yeah, Jackmade gets rid of all his cards.
Has 1 card left.
Another bank job. Yeah.
Uses the Sports Over to draw more.
Yeah, as long as he can. I mean, he has only a couple of cards left.
And now Elodius doesn't really have, cannot re-scorch him now. Like, even if he scorches him, Jackmade will have enough cards on his hand.
Yeah, he can just use the trash the crash space. I think that's the only
that
way
would probably be a
can
good
do
choice.
something.
Oh, he does actually follow through. Wow. Crash base is not being trashed by Jackmade?
You mean by Elodius? Yeah, I think that's a mistake, because...
no, by Jackmade, he could have used the crash base to prevent the trash.
But
damage.
He knows he can just draw enough cards and start removing tags with it.
Yeah.
So there's nothing happening. Unless he's a bit careless and finds a snare now.
You still think that the snare is possible? He is actually
always
careless.
possible. I played snares for so long in NBN decks. I flatlined so many people with it. I'm always careful about snares.
It is a bit of a surprise. Often you want to be aggressive, you want to run on things, and then suddenly snare, and that often puts quite a damper on your aggressiveness.
Yeah, I mean, you might lose a key breaker, you might lose the game directly.
Yeah. And of course, then now you are afraid of the snare. So just be afraid of the snare to begin with.
Yeah, just make sure that you count influence of your opponent. So we've seen 2 Scorch, 1 Traffic Accident, 2 Suns, 1 Astro. That's a lot, so probably, but not necessarily. No snare.
We still don't know. Right, so Elodius is thinking about this a lot. He is inferior in terms of economy.
More draw.
He's trying.
That's not a good sign.
Yeah, especially with so few cards on the board. I wonder what he's looking for.
I'm not sure.
Some
the money advantage is gone.
Yeah.
He has no way of getting another agenda out easily because all the 1-pointers are gone.
Oh, there we go. Run on HQ, and that is going to be a Beal.
And now he actually has to bounce. Even if there was an agenda still in his hand, Density just got dropped again.
Let me shuffle him really good.
And I think Elodius, in a very dry sense, said like he's not in good position right now.
Yeah, you could say that. Oh, another 6 and a Raven. So that could have been the eyes in front of HQ.
That could have been. Jackmade tries it again.
I wonder what he'll find now.
I
Knowing Jackmade, probably the Raven again.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
See? All agendas.
Look at this! Every single card was agenda except the Data Raven. They picked the Data Raven.
Yeah, the bounce was very important.
Oh man, the bounce was the most important thing. So, rare case of Lila Kosten you click. Ah, yes, that was an exciting game, I'd say. I mean, of course, Elodius was kind of in a bad spot.
Yeah, I mean, look at his deck. If he is flipping through it, there was a Sun left, which it could have helped. Anyway, this is the really cool prize support, and of course, Jackmade goes for the criminal card.
Of course, gotta get the game. But yeah, I thought it was really exciting to see Jackmade being so in control of this game, even against a deck that is so dangerous usually. And making some really bold moves. I really loved his first account siphon through this unknown ice.
Yeah, and he was really relaxed, always sitting back and being calm and thinking about it, and yeah, he really rocked that day.
Definitely. And of course also a really great game for Elodius here, a great day for Elodius here, making it all the way to this final game here. And also, again, we always say that he's such a cool guy. He's very relaxed, a very, very friendly player to play against. And to talk to, generally. Cool player.
Yeah, so
cool
people, watch out for these forearms of these two guys. You're going to see a lot more of them.
Yes, keep those arms memorized when you see them against you on a tournament in the future. All right, Alex, thank you for joining me for this one. It was a great pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
And of course, congratulations to Jackmade for winning this tournament. Congratulations for Elodius for coming out second.
Yeah, awesome games, guys, and I really enjoyed watching them. Even though, of course, one always likes playing them as well.
Yeah, playing them is also fun. Cool, so we're going to move on. The next tournament is going to be the one from Cologne, where we're going to see some of those guys here also on the tables. So I hope you will join us next time when we will, as always, hack the planet! Hack the planet! Yeah.
Shut up and get in the car! Shit on me.
This episode of Netrunner TeamworkCast was created with a generous support from our listeners. If you enjoy the show and you can't get enough Netrunner videos, please check out our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/hacktheplanet.